Hey YouTube, it's Money Mindset Coach. My name is Valerie. I am just doing a quick video today to update you on my second week of my May challenge. For those of you who may be new here, what I'm doing for the month of May is I am spending and not spending every other week. There's another video that I have that talks about a comment on Facebook that really intrigued me about a woman who only spends 26 weeks out of the year. And she does that, doing spending and non-spending weeks every other week. And so that's what I am doing for the month of May. And it has been going really well. I've had 1 week of spending and 1 week of not spending. And this is my second week, day one of my spend week. So tonight I am going to talk to you about my week last week that was my no spend week, which I have to say I have never done before. Never done a no spend week. Maybe a no spend day. I've done no spend January, but I was still paying things every week. You know, I was taking care of my necessities. I wasn't spending any more money on discretionary money. That was what I was not spending. This is different. This is literally no spending, no debit card, no cash, no credit card, nothing for a whole week. And I have to say, it was an incredible experience. And so I've just got about 6 points here. So let's get right into it. Basically, with doing this no spend week, spending no money at all, I took a rest from my budget app, which is EveryDollar through Dave Ramsey. I wasn't spending anything, so I didn't have to go into my app to record my spending. Saved me time because I wasn't spending time doing that. And I was saving money because I wasn't spending any money. So that was really nice. I found the whole week to be restful. I couldn't believe how stress-free it was. It really was. I wasn't thinking about spending money. I didn't go into the convenience store. I didn't go in anywhere. Because if you're not spending money, you're not going into a store. Why would you go in there? I think I did go to the grocery store with my son, but he was the one spending the money, not me. But I went with him, and I didn't spend anything. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for me to go into a store and not spend any money. I did have a scheduled lunch that I had that set up for probably 6 weeks with a good friend of mine. And we're both busy people. We both have busy schedules, especially with the weather getting warmer and everything. And I wasn't going to reschedule that. I wasn't going to tell her, oh yeah, I'm doing this no spend thing so I can't have lunch with you. No, I'm not going to do that. But the neat thing is I was looking for something, and I was looking in my drawers, all the drawers in my vanity. I have a lot of little drawers, and I ended up finding $40. It was amazing. And I thought, this is cool. I went and had lunch, and I spent $30 with the tip. So I still had $10 left over. And it felt like free money because it wasn't taken from the money that I took out at the beginning of the month. I take out $400 for miscellaneous and food because it's just me. And I didn't want to take from that. And here I ended up finding this $40. So it was really kind of cool. This was also coming up on Mother's Day weekend. And I went on a hike, a mile hike uphill to this lookout thing in the town next to mine. And you can see eagles up there sometimes, but you're up really high and you hike up to this lookout, and it was so cool. Well, that didn't cost anything. It was a conservation area. So no money was spent. And two of my three sons went with me. My middle son, who was not there, him and his wife had come last year and had done that with me for Mother's Day. So they had already done this, but my other two sons came with me this time. So it didn't cost anything. And then I made a homemade pizza that night. I had already bought, in my spend week, I had already bought everything that I needed for the pizza. So I already had everything. And then we watched the movie Unfrosted, Jerry Seinfeld's movie about the Pop-Tart and how it came to be. Delightful movie. If you grew up in the 60s, you will love this movie. It is so funny, and all the things that you see in this movie from the 60s, it was very nostalgic for me. It was really, really cool. And it was funny because my oldest son, we went in a grocery store and he bought 3 boxes of Pop-Tarts. So after the pizza, while we were watching the movie, we had some Pop-Tarts while we were watching the movie about Pop-Tarts. So it was really fun. He had that idea, not me. So then on Mother's Day, my oldest son wanted to go out to lunch. And that's the other thing, is if anybody wanted to do something with me that week, I would let them know, hey, this is my no spend week. I'm not spending any money. And when you let people know that, they adjust accordingly. And he wanted to go out to lunch to this wonderful place here in town that we always go to, that all of my boys love. And we went. It was Mother's Day, which you would think, usually you can't get into a place on Mother's Day, so I didn't know how busy they would be. We get in there, had no problem, and then all of a sudden, the restaurant started filling up. But we got right in. He paid for it because it was Mother's Day. He paid for lunch. It was wonderful. It was chicken Alfredo. It was so good. Oh my gosh. And then he and I both drove to go see the movie Civil War. And the reason I drove is because he was going to go home from there. It was 40 minutes from my house to get to the theater. He would have driven 40 minutes back and then driven an hour and 15 minutes to go home. So what we did is we both drove to the movie, and then he went to his house and I turned around and came home. Well, in that instance, I was looking at the gas in my car, and the gas in my car was going to have to last until today. Today is Wednesday. And so I drove, and I was fine. The gas lasted me, but my car, the tank got lower than what it normally does. I usually don't go below a half, but it did this time. But everything worked out okay. So I spent no money on Mother's Day. And then I basically, what I said before is I take out $400 at the beginning of the month. I could take more than that, but I took out $400. This kind of covers miscellaneous spending. It covers food. And those are 2 adjusted categories. Those 2 can get out of control. And so that's why I take the cash out. I love using cash. When that cash is gone, it's gone. Well, I took out $400. And then last night, I opened up my cash envelope thing that I have, and I counted the money, which, usually I count my money every day and record it and everything on a spend week. But because I wasn't spending any money, I hadn't even looked at the cash. I didn't even know how much I had. And I opened it up, counted it. It added up to $365. I still had $365 out of the 400. This is the middle of May. I think this is the 15th. Yeah, this is the 15th of May. So we are smack dab in the middle of May. And I still have $365. Now, I did go to the grocery store tonight, and I think I spent $42. So I'm going to have to, before the end of this week, when I can't spend, I'm going to have to look, fill up my car, make sure I've got the food in the house. Today I paid my utility bill. It was due by today. It would be late as of tomorrow. I already had that planned. I have my car insurance planned of when I'm making that, and then I have my $600 IRA contribution. That's it. You know, those are my big ones. Those are my big ones. And then I have the cash. So I have been able to save a lot. And I have to say, overall, with how this last no spend week went, I think that this is something that I could continue to do. I was loving it so much that I brought up the month of June, and I've already marked out my June weeks of spend and no spend. Now I do have, I am getting a crown done on my teeth, which is going to be $800, but I've got that. It's in a spend week, and I have the money for it. So I'm not going into debt for that. I'm paying it all at once. You can make payments if you want to. I don't like payments. If I've got the money, let's pay it. I don't want to be in debt, even a no interest debt. I don't want that. So anyway, that was how my no spend week went. I always talk about this. Okay. This top that I have on, I'll move back a little bit. Anyway, I like the color of it. It's part of the reason I bought it. The feel of it, it's very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. I love the feel of the material. You can tell it's kind of a little shiny. This right here is a little different, you know? I kind of like how that looks. I have never had a top that went like this. So I thought that was my interest. You know how I like things that have a little interest, a little different? That's what this is. Like the color. The sleeves are longer. It was a little cooler today, and so I wasn't hot. But, oh, I got this. I got this at the Dollar Tree. You know how you come into Dollar Tree and a lot of times they'll have a rack of clothes sitting out there? I usually go through that and I'm looking for my grandson. He's going to be 2. And I have always looked for clothes for him because these all are clothes. These clothes are marked down. You know how fast kids grow through clothes. They grow so fast. They're never wearing anything very long. But if I could get a really good deal for him, I would. And I've gotten all kinds of cute little outfits and stuff for him I've got everything. I've got stuff up to size 5 that I have just picked up and put aside for him. But every once in a while, I'll find something for myself. And that's what this was. And I think I had one in another color, and I just didn't like the color. So I got rid of it. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of cute. Got a little interest. The material, the color. I think I'll keep it. But anyway, I don't know what I paid for it, but I probably paid $5, 5 or 6, something like that. So I didn't pay much, but it was brand new when I bought it, but it was on clearance. So anyway, that is all for now. Like I always say, use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. If you like this video, please hit like. If you would like to subscribe, and I would love to see you again. Thank you, everyone who has subscribed, anybody who has commented, likes, anything. I so appreciate it. I so appreciate it. I gotta say, I found another YouTube channel that I really, really like. It's called The New Retired Me. And this guy is the same age as me, but he's retired, and he started doing a YouTube channel. And I went back all the way to the beginning because I think he's been doing it for a year. And I looked at the video of when he first started, and he said exactly the way that I feel. He said, I'm doing this. He says, but maybe this will leave a legacy. My kids and my grandkids will see these videos and hear my voice, and someday I'm going to be gone. And that is exactly the same way that I felt when I first started this. I'm thinking these words that I'm saying right now, and what you're seeing, my kids and grandkids, my oldest granddaughter is 16, but my grandson's coming up on 2. And so, right now I know that my oldest granddaughter would remember me. My step-granddaughter, she would remember me. But my grandson is still so young. They don't usually have memories until they're like 3. And so, he's so happy to see me. He's so not wanting me to leave, and that just thrills me that he loves to see me get there and hates to see me go. There's just nothing better than that. But right now, if something happened to me, he wouldn't really remember me. And I think about that sometimes. But I got to tell you, I saw him yesterday, and he was, his mom had a doctor's appointment, and I was feeding him his lunch. And I put my YouTube channel on my phone, and he was sitting there eating lunch, watching me on the phone. He gets the biggest kick out of seeing Mama. He just loves it. And he's like, how are you in the phone? And then he'll look at me. But it's just priceless. And I look at this as leaving a legacy. The things that I have said about money, the things that I've said about frugality, these words, my kids and my grandkids could always pull up one of these videos, and I could still be talking to them and saying things to them, and they would never feel like that I was really gone. I guess it's kind of like the movie stars, they're immortal on the screen. Everything they've done, when Judy Garland was gone, Liza Minnelli could look at a movie with her mother in it. YouTube is not that. It's not that. But there's so many good channels out there. I found a exercise one called Improved Health. Oh my gosh, she's got so many workout videos. And I did one this morning before work. It was fabulous. I was going to spend money and join the gym here in town for $200 for a year. So it would be like, with senior discount and everything, it would be like $20. I'm not doing it. I can get on YouTube. YouTube is amazing. And I am so glad to be here. So anyway, I have gone long enough. But anyway, thank you so much for being here and joining me today. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.